Well, this is an unexpected surprise. Hi Last Watchers, in the last year I've had the good fortune to look at a bunch of prototypes from a host of wannabe new watch brands. There was the Cambrian from Fortella and the Dive Master 300 from Matterhorn, both very much standard dive watches. There was the rather bizarre and overly large Cal Multiverse and a more refined duo of single-handed time tellers from Singularity. Some of these watches sold very well, whereas others will be hoping for a future relaunch. If there's one brand that struck a chord with me, it would have to be Zebec with their Parrot-inspired compressor-style Corsair. They had a believable backstory, and as someone that used to have an Avery, I was a big fan of the Parrot on the dial. The Zebec Kickstarter was relatively successful and produced enough funds to put the watches into production. Those watches are now out for delivery, and Cal, as a way of thanking me for the review, has sent me a production model, and that's all the excuse I need to share it with you and see how it compares to the prototype. As you can see, the Zebec came pretty well packaged and in its own little flight case with an Archie the Parrot branding. It arrived with not one but two polishing cloths, details of the 2-year warranty and the serial number 93 out of 100. Also a personal message from Cal thanking me for the review. No need, the pleasure was all mine. It was also a pleasure removing a box fresh watch from its cushion and peeling off the stickers, of which there were many. It's plain to see that the Corsair has improved during its final production stage. It's a much more finished article. It's not perfect, but the markers are more crisp and ever so slightly larger than the prototype. It is a much cleaner, bolder face, as the loom is more consistent. The hands and markers are the same hue, and the once chocolatey dial is a much deeper, richer black. Before I forget, I'll throw in a shot of the C3 loom here, which is none too shabby. The twin crowns have also seen some improvement. They are both screw down affairs. The orange mark crown has a gear system that allows you to feel the individual clicks of the inner rotating bezel, whereas the winding crown now has a much smoother action for the Seiko NH38 movement within. The all-brushed, super-engineered bracelet is a chunky affair, but I defy you not to get a comfortable fit. Its articulation is hard to beat, making it very comfortable on the wrist. There is a noticeable gap where the bracelet meets the solid end links, but its design is forgivable. Having a large wrist, or a wrist of any size, shouldn't be a problem for the Corsair. I removed 5 links for a perfect fit on my 7-inch wrist, and the 6 holes for micro adjustment means the bracelet will go much smaller. It's been great to see the birth of a watch brand and the evolution of a new watch. I'll add a link here to the initial review, and you can see just how much the Corsair has improved over the prototype. The new owners that snapped one up for the Kickstarter price of £199 are quids in. Carl at Zebec tells me there are still a handful of Corsairs available, which will hit his website within the week, albeit at the slightly higher price of £249.99. If you're keen, send him a message. I'm sure he'd love to hear from you. I'll add a link to the Zebec website in the video description below. Before I wrap things up, I should mention that I got an email from Draco Watches offering a staggering 50% discount on any of their products. I somewhat suggested and suspected that that might happen. Using the code FamilyCode50 will get you the Awakening chronograph for half the recommended retail price of £250. I'm not sure how long that discount will last. It's fair to say that I'm quite delighted on receiving the Corsair. I've been hankering after a compressor style watch for a few years, and the bold design brings something unique and rather unmissable to my ever growing collection. Thanks Carl, it's much appreciated. What next for Zebec watches? Cal tells me that he's letting the dust settle and finalising his designs for a field watch, which I hope to have on the channel in 2022. Share your thoughts on the Corsair in the comments below. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video.